Hello, my dear friends. How are you? I hope you're good and I'm doing fine as well. I welcome you to my channel English Planet, wherein I make videos about English grammar, English idioms, English proverbs, and English pronunciation of tricky words. In today's video, I'm going to talk about adverbs and its types. But before I could proceed further, I would like to give a brief introduction about my own self. I'm your friend Sunil. I'm a production engineer. Also, I've done MBA from the University of Mumbai, India. So without wasting much of your time, let's jump straight into the video. In today's section, I'm going to speak about the definition of adverb, the different types of adverbs like adverbs of time, adverbs of manner, adverbs of degree, adverbs of place, adverbs of frequency, adverbs of confirmation and negation, conjunctive adverbs, and lastly, a handy tip for you all. Now, what is an adverb? Well, an adverb is a word or a group of words that modifies verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. I repeat, adverb is a word which modifies verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. For example, let's have a look at the examples. Now, first example is that Robin is always hungry for success. Can you pick up a verb in this? There is no verb in this. Hungry is an adjective. So, adjective is a word which modifies verbs, adjectives, or another adverbs. So here hungry is an adjective. So it is modifying the word adjective. How hungry is? Always hungry. How much hungry? Always. He is always hungry. So always is an adverb. So remember, in order to find out the adverb, you have to first search for an adjective or a verb. I love her very much. What is the verb in this? Is there a verb in this? Yes, love is a verb. So I love her. How much? Very much. So very much becomes an adverb. Third one. He is running fast. Find out the verb in this or an adjective. Is there a verb in this? Yes, running is a verb. It's an action word. So how is running? Fast. So fast becomes an adverb. Next one. Alex works hard. Works is an works is a verb. So how much what work he is doing? He is working hard. So Alex works hard. So hard is an adverb. He wrote that willingly. Wrote is a verb. He wrote how he wrote? Willingly. So willingly becomes an adverb. Now the different types of adverbs. Adverbs of time. In whenever you want to identify the adverb of time in the given sentence, you have to ask the question when or how frequently. You will get an answer. So the answer which you get is an adverb. Some of the examples of adverbs of times are never, lately, just, always, and so on. Remember, always ask the question when or how frequently. Now let's have a look at some of the examples. I haven't been going to the gym lately. I haven't been going to the gym how frequently? Lately. Or when? Lately. So lately becomes an adverb. We recently bought a new car. We bought a new car when? Recently. So recently becomes an adverb. Adverbs of place. In order to identify the adverbs of place in a given sentence, you have to ask the question where. Where is the action performed? Okay, where? Remember that, where. Some of the examples of adverbs of place are here, there, nowhere, and so on. Let's have a look at the examples. We went into the cave and there were bats everywhere. So you ask the question where? We went in the cave and there were bats where? Everywhere. So everywhere is an adverb. Second example. One day when my dad wasn't paying attention to where he was going, he walked into a wall. So he walked where? Into a wall. So into is an adverb. Third one, there aren't any Pokemon here. Let's look somewhere else. There aren't any Pokemon. Where? Here. So here becomes an adverb. So that's about adverbs of place. Now the adverbs of manner. In order to identify the adverbs of manner in a given sentence, you have to ask the question how is the action performed? How is the question that you have to ask? Some of the examples of adverbs of manner are neatly, slowly, quickly, and so on. Some of the examples. Let's have a look at the examples. The young soldier folded his clothes neatly in a pile at the end of his bunk. The young soldier folded his clothes. How? So answer is neatly. So neatly is the adverb over here. Second one. I politely opened the door for my grandmother as she stepped out of the car. I opened the door how? Politely. So politely becomes an adverb. A fat orange and white cat rested lazily on the sofa. A fat orange and white cat rested how? Lazily. So lazily becomes the adverb. Next one is adverbs of degree. Here they ask the question how much is the action performed? How much? So you have to ask the question how much in order to find the adverbs of degree. Some of the examples of adverbs of degree are almost, quite, nearly, to, and so on. Let's have a look at the examples. Aren't you hungry? You have hardly touched your dinner. You have touched your dinner how much? Hardly. So hardly becomes an adverb. I'm so excited to see the new James Bond movie. I'm excited to see the new James Bond movie. How much I'm excited? I'm so excited. So becomes an adverb. Adverb of degree, that is. Now the adverbs of frequency. Here you have to ask the question how often the action occurs. How often? So if you ask the question how often the action occurs, you will get the adverbs of frequency. For example, some of the examples of adverbs of frequency are never, always, rarely, sometimes, and so on. Let's have a look at some of the examples. I rarely eat fast food these days. How frequently I eat fast food these days? Rarely. So rarely is an adverb of frequency. Tom usually takes his dog for a walk before breakfast. Tom takes his dog for a walk before breakfast. How often? Usually. How frequently? Usually. So usually becomes an adverb of frequency. They always go to the same restaurant every Friday. They go to the same restaurant every Friday. How often or how frequently? Always. So always becomes an adverb of frequency. Now adverbs of confirmation and negation. Adverbs of confirmation, they confirm the action. Adverbs of confirmation, they confirm the action of the verb. And adverbs of negation, negation means to deny. They deny the action of the verb. They are also used to reinforce the action that is described of the verb. Some of the examples of adverbs of confirmation are definitely, absolutely, surely. And some of the examples of negation, adverbs of negation are no, don't, can't. So let's have a look at the examples. They will certainly like this vase. Can you identify the verb in this? Like is the verb. So it is saying this, the sentence is saying they will certainly like this vase. So it's an adverb of confirmation. They are confirming it by saying certainly. So certainly becomes an adverb of confirmation. Second one, he never leaves his house. Can you identify the verb in this? He lives. Lives is the verb. So he never leaves. So the sentence says he never leaves his house. So this is an adverb of negation, denial. So this is about adverbs of confirmation and negation. Conjunctive adverbs. They basically join two sentences. Conjunctive adverbs join two sentences. And these two sentences are divided by semicolon. Examples. I wanted to go and have ice cream after work. This is one sentence. And my friend wanted something else. This is another sentence. So I use however to join this sentence, and before however I put semicolon. So this becomes a conjunctive adverb because it is joining two sentences. I wanted to go and have ice cream after work. However, my friend wanted something else. So however becomes a conjunctive adverb. Example number 2. He studied day and night. This is one sentence. It wasn't enough to pass the test. This is second sentence. So I use nevertheless to join the two sentences, and before nevertheless I put a semicolon. So the sentence becomes he studied day and night. Nevertheless, it wasn't enough to pass the test. So nevertheless becomes the conjunctive adverb. Now a handy tip. Now if you add ly to an adjective, an adverb is formed. For example, quiet is an adjective. If you add ly to quiet, it becomes quietly. So quietly is an adverb. Happy becomes happily. Happily is an adverb. Happy is an adjective. Possible is an adjective. Possibly is an adverb. Angry is an adjective. Angrily, if you add ly, it becomes angrily. Angrily is an adverb. Lucky. Lucky is an adjective. If you add ly, it becomes luckily. And it luckily is an adverb. But there are some words in English language in which ly are words ending in ly are not adverbs. For example, friendly. Friendly is an adjective. It is not an adverb. Ugly. Ugly is an adjective. It is not an adverb. And lovely. Lovely is an adjective. It is not an adverb. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, from me. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.